can follow me on Vine Me Up on all social media, even Snapchat. You can follow the Swirl Suite on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can follow all our episodes on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and SoundCloud. There we go. All right. Who do I have
Way to
with me
go.
Also known
today?
as everywhere.
Listen,
Yes.
listen. It's gonna be a rough one, but I'm here.
Hey, it happens, girl. It
Yeah.
happens.
Tanisha and Leslie, please introduce yourselves and where people can find you.
I am Leslie Freelo. It's so good to be back with you guys. It seems like it's been forever since I've connected. And I am with Vino 301. I just wanted to build a little suspense there. Vino 301, Wine Concierge. We are all things Maryland wine. We are tour ambassadors and experts to Maryland wine vineyards. So if you ever want to know anything about Maryland, because I know it's burning in your brain, we are happy to help you out.
All right, Tanisha.
I am. Ooh, goodness. Yes. So, pardon this little thing in my throat there. Hi, let me get the little sexy voice. Hi, I'm Tanisha.
Wait, your cold voice. Wait, your cold voice is very sexy though.
I'm Tanisha.
I recognize it because mine is very sexy as well. So I rarely have it, so I get it.
Thank you so much for watching. We're so glad you tuned in. You can find me on all social media at Girl Meets Glass, on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, at Girl Meets Glass. Cheers.
Really?
I feel like I should leave like $100 on the night.
Listen, I'll take it.
So how was y'all's weekend? What did y'all do?
Oh,
I went to I actually did not work Saturday, which is a surprise. So what did I do? I went to a Maryland vineyard.
Oh, well, yeah.
One I hadn't gone to before, which is J. Mark. It is in Brandywine, Maryland.
Really?
And as someone said, it is in Pretty Girl County, which is Prince George's County.
Jesus.
And is that cute? That's very clever. I stole it, but I'm claiming it as my own.
Girl, don't claim that.
It's a small vineyard. It's all estate grown. They currently have 4 wines in production, but the wine that I fell in love with was their Barbera. It is awesome. And the sad part is that their Barbera, they did not get a large yield last year, so they may not do it again. Well, a couple of years ago, so they may not do it again. So this might be the one and only vintage in bottle.
Wow.
But it's a great small vineyard. It has a whole lot of potential, so I encourage people to try it. It's right around the corner from Romano's, so you can do this in less than 10 minutes from each other.
Nice. Tanisha, what did you do this weekend in Paris?
So today I did
I saw your cow. You got to talk about the
picnic.
The big
right,
cow.
It was random. My friend was like, "Hey, they're having this thing with like some agriculture out by the Arc de Triomphe. If you want to come," I was like, "Okay." And so I went. It was like cows, sheep. It was a couple llamas. I was like, "Where am I?" Wow. I was literally like still in the city. And so it's just all about like recycling and agriculture and how they can get, more people to be aware of it, be cognizant of it, that kind of thing. Wow. And then from there, I went to a picnic with friends. And yeah, where I proceeded to drink whatever people had in bottles. and here we are.
Interesting.
It's just funny. Whenever I'm at those picnics, I'm like, okay, pour some, pour this, pour that. Yeah. And usually the wine is like everybody else's wine is trash. But I still want to drink it because I'm out and the sun is shining and the weather is nice. So whatever. And I'm like, I need to deal with people, so I'm going to need some assistance.
Yeah.
In the form of liquid. So yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, y'all want me to keep talking at these people? Yeah. Y'all gotta pour something. Yeah. Please. Thanks.
The weather here this weekend was consistently nice.
Oh, it's
So
gorgeous.
I literally could not stay in the house. So if you check like my Instagram, you would think I'm just like this big. Just drink like all the time,
You
but this
kind
was
of
just
did, because
this was
yesterday's snap was you at a wine bar,
listen.
like a
This
little
was a
taste.
really nice weekend. So Friday night, so no, I don't cook on Friday nights. That's not what I do. So I was like, where are we eating? It's nice outside. So we ended up on Barracks Row, and we ended up at Belga Cafe. So
I love that.
we had dinner at the happy hour on the at the bar, and they have a nice wine selection, and they have good, well, Belgian beer, of course. My husband, was all about that, so that was cool. Then we ended the night at Barrel on Pennsylvania Avenue, and that's a whiskey
Mhm.
bar. So that was good. Their cocktails are really good. That put us under. So anyway, next day, I went to a South American tasting at Grand Cata on 7th Street Northwest. So that was a lot. That was there was 16 wines. I think it was four producers, 16 wines. So, and it was really really nice. And then we ate at Drift 7, a couple of doors down. Then that was into that. But then today I went to brunch, and I went to a. So let me tell you about this brunch.
Yeah, please tell us.
I posted
Because
on
I saw
Instagram,
your
and I was
post, and I was like,
yeah.
wait, what?
So I posted on Instagram that this was my first ghetto brunch. This brunch was so fucking hood. Never, I have never experienced a brunch like this.
Oh,
So first, okay, so for one, their chef is really good. Let me say that. Let me say that first. The chef is really good. I think it's called Kitchen Cray. That's his name, and he's a young black chef.
okay.
Kitchen Cray
I heard of
is a
before,
really good chef. I think he's like in his like low 30s, and
yeah,
he
he's
makes really good soul food. But he's like known to celebrities, so he's really making a name for himself. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna check out one of his brunches. He does brunches at God, it was a Dirty Martini. So Dirty Martini on Connecticut Avenue.
Oh my
All right,
God. I have not
everybody,
seen in years.
yes, but everybody knows Dirty Martini. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna support this black brother doing this thing. So I go to his website, and so I make reservations. It's four of us. So I was like, I make reservations, but I didn't get a confirmation. I had to do the confirmation call like the day or two before. So I was like,
Yeah,
all right, I ain't get no call. So I'm gonna call Dirty Martini. So I called Dirty Martini, and they're like, oh, we don't make no reservations. It's like a first come, first serve situation. I was like, first red flag. But, okay, I'm going to go anyway.
Number one.
We're
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah, that's okay. That's
we're
okay.
going to go anyway. So I was like, okay. He was like, just show up a little bit early because it gets crowded in here. I was like, okay. All right. So we show up. We're outside the door, outside the gate at 11:45. All right, we show up. It's all good. So we're starting to see the people who work there walk in. And so my
Okay.
friend looks at me like, oh, this
All
is what we're
false.
doing? This is what we're doing? Nope. Everybody's in spandex. Everybody is in black spandex. Just one girl got a
Oh.
like crop top on. So it's like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
And I knew.
raindrops.
Wait,
Crop tops.
So I knew it was like a brunch / day party, but I didn't know if it was going to be like a club type atmosphere. But
Uh-huh.
as it was
Is
slowly,
this is this the staff? That's
yes,
So maybe
Listen.
was it their traveling attire? You know how sometimes you have
Oh.
your traveling shoes and then you get to work.
Lucy's
and
voice
you
was
put on-
dripping when she was
Girl.
like, is this the
No,
she's like,
this is
this
the staff. This is the staff.
Um,
So let's hold on. So we get in, and the girl at the desk is like, "Oh, does everybody have cash?" So
Uh-oh.
I'm like, here we go. So I'm like, I don't have cash. Luckily, the girls that were with me had cash, and they were able to spot me. But they were like, yeah, it's an ATM right next door. Yeah, our machines aren't working right now. There's no manager on duty. I'm like, oh my God. Red flag, red flag, red flag. This is super hood. So anyway, so they sit us down, and the girl is like, hey, how y'all doing? She's very nice. She's polite. She's just like, yeah, so you get to choose between 3 juices, pineapple, orange, or mango. And I'm sorry, and I don't understand her questions. So it's like, does everybody get to pick the same juice, or like do I get two drinks? Like I don't understand how this works. So she's like, no, you get to pick between two of three juices. So again, I don't
Two of
understand.
three juices,
So
so you get
what she's
you get-
trying to say is you get carafes of two of three juices plus the sparkling wine that we're gonna give you. So it's
that's a
so
big
it's
A
like-
word, Sarita. That's a big A word, and you
So-
can't
So-
expect her.
So I'm like, oh my god. I was like, so guys, I'm so sorry about this, but I heard the food is good. So I'm apologizing because I'm the one to pick the fucking place. So like, I'm so sorry, but I heard the food is good. So anyway, so it's 2 floors at this spot. If you've ever been here, it's 2
Yeah.
floors. So no, there's one buffet, 2 floors. So the people who are seated upstairs have to come down the stairs, get their food on this small ass like rectangle plate, and then walk upstairs to their table. So if it's people walking up and down the stairs, I'm like, oh no, we were seated downstairs, luckily. So
If they sent me upstairs, I'd be like, nope, unacceptable.
I mean,
No.
why couldn't you have a small bar upstairs, like a small buffet upstairs and downstairs? It just didn't make sense to me.
It
So-
doesn't make sense.
And you know, like this is a we're on Connecticut Avenue, so people are dressed.
I was gonna say,
They are dressed. They
I
have
was
on
gonna
their
say,
they
did
have on
you
their
tell
heels.
people
Yeah.
are not
But
familiar with Washington D.C.
girl,
This is not your low rent
child,
district.
right?
No,
Right.
'Cause I remember Dirty Martini when it was 1223, and I know
Right,
like how we used to go there dressed. Like I
Mhm.
remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it's fine. Of course, you know they bring out carafes of juices, and then they bring our sparkling wine or whatever. Of course, they call them the champagne. I ain't say shit though, but it's
Right, but it was Frisianet. It's fine.
So one of my friends asked me, she was like, Sarita, so this is California champagne? I was just like,
And he was like, girl, no.
So
stop. Don't say
since
that
you
ever again.
asked, since
You just cursed at
asked,
us. Stop.
I'm gonna break it down for you since you asked. But so and it was unlimited. It was unlimited for 2 hours, and they were very mindful of that. Like, so you have your 2 hours, and you know, and they kept the bottles flowing. As long as the bottles were empty, they kept bringing us this California
that's good.
champagne.
Okay,
But,
because usually when they say something is out in 2 hours, they like
Yeah.
real slow to bring it to you.
No,
again,
and they
when
were,
y'all-
and let me say, first of all, when we got our food, the food was good. The fried chicken was banging. So the food was good. And there was a girl, like, so of course you got your buffet of greens and catfish and stuff like that. And then they had an omelet bar, and I think they made waffles or whatever. So it was decent. And so it's $40 as you walk in. So just $40 on as you walk
That's
in.
actually
it.
that's not
Great.
That
bad.
is not
bad.
bad. That's not bad at all. And then the DJ was late, so DJ didn't start probably until like 45 minutes after he started eating.
Goodbye.
So
You can't have everything for $40.
you're
Okay.
right. You're right.
Right.
So
You can't.
the DJ is
Like you want
behind.
actual champagne and the
Right.
DJ
You're
on
right.
time.
It's-
You're
I
doing
know
the
it's
most.
asking for a lot. I know
You're
it's asking
doing
a lot.
too much.
So DJ is behind the buffet. He starts playing the tools and he's rocking. The DJ is nice. So at an hour mark, you know, one of the hostess walks around. Of course, her stomach is out. She's kind of spandex this and spandex that. It's like, ladies, so you have 1 hour left, and so she explains that, and we're like, okay, guzzle, guzzle, guzzle. We're gonna need another bottle, thanks.
Right. You know what? Just bring 2. Just bring another one. Bring one to the table and another close.
So, and it's not packed in there while we're sitting there. And we were talking to another girl who was sitting next to us, and she was just like, oh, girl, they don't usually start on time. This is actually good. I'm like, what? Really? So anyway, our hour goes by, and I think it's 20 minutes to the time we need to get up. And so the girl's like, well, you know what? We're not busy, so we're not going to rush you until we need your table. So I think she comes back like 40 minutes later, and then she moves us to the bar on the top level. No, this bathroom is on bathroom, food, everything on the first level. So you got to climb up and down these stairs when you gonna go for stuff. It was just really unorganized, kind of hood, just ooh. Yeah.
But the
yeah.
chicken was good.
But the chicken was bomb and the DJ was good. So, there it is. There it is. That was brunch. That was brunch. Mm-hmm. So, that was my weekend. But
Uh,
I know that was a lot. That was a whole lot. But I wanted
Thank you, Dirty Martini.
Thank you, Dirty Martine. And I didn't put them out. I mean, I saw my Instagram post. I had to put it out there. I wasn't going to tell anybody details unless they asked me specifically. I'll send you a. I'm sorry I haven't responded yet, but I'll send you a DM if you really want to know where I went. And well, of course you know now. But if you want to know the nitty gritty details, there they are. Dirty Martini. Chicken is good. DJ is bomb. It's a little hood. You have to get your mom right. That's it.
Yeah.
So.
That's a very good synopsis. Thank you for that.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, that was very, pertinent information.
Yeah.
Succinct,
Mm-hmm.
not on and on rambling. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. I
thumbs
try
up.
to be that. I try to be that most of the time.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. So my first question to you guys, as far as making connections in wine, I know the wine industry can be very, very snooty. But if you want to connect with someone in wine, how do you go about developing that personal relationship? Do you use social media? If so, what platform do you use? Use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or email?
Okay, I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
I have used all of those, but what I do is when I want to contact someone or reach out, you know me, I'm slightly shy, so I don't always go. Why did y'all make that face?
Sorry.
I don't. This is unacceptable.
Leslie and I definitely made a face when she said that. So go ahead.
I am.
Go on.
I am. With new people, I am. So stop it. So let me walk in my truth, please. Thank you.
Okay.
In the Trump universe, that's your statement. Because we're dealing in alternative facts.
You know what? I'm hanging up. Control Alt Delete. So okay, viewers and listeners, pardon them, but pardon them. But yeah, so I don't reach out to people directly per se, but I always try to find like some link or some person who I know that maybe like knows them or like some way to connect.
Yeah.
Some person who can give an introduction or something like that. And so I go that route because I know how I feel when people like just directly hit me up and I'm always like, delete. I never saw this. So I always try to have like a third party, a middleman when I do it.
Yeah.
But I will use any one of those social media avenues to find that third party.
Okay. Leslie, what about you?
It depends on why I'm reaching out, but I have started using LinkedIn a lot.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
especially
tell us more, because that is something I do not use.
I've never used, other than like the basic, I haven't used LinkedIn to reach out to anybody.
It's, and to be honest, I had to be convinced of this. How it is. It really is a good networking tool.
Okay.
It's a very good networking tool. And so I use that because then I can see connections that we have in common, professional connections we have in common.
Yeah.
And I usually will send an email. If I need to make the connection immediately, I'll just pick up the phone and call somebody.
Oh, okay.
And introduce myself.
That's good. Yeah.
But yeah, I started using LinkedIn a lot.
Okay.
I
know for me, lately Instagram has been my best friend. I mean, Tanisha, you've been like a witness to me responding to people on Instagram, and it works. And they, whether it's not necessarily hitting them up in the DM all the time, but it's like what I will do is I will just interact. I would just interact and respond to posts and questions or whatever, and they will respond to me, and all of a sudden we're having a conversation, and I'll be like, yo, I would love to have you on the Swirl Suite. And I would, of course, put the Swirl Suite tag on there, and they send me a DM with their email address, and it's that fast. So Instagram is really working for me as of recently. But if they have an email address, I'll put it up there. What I really hate contacting people is that, what is that on your website where you can put your name and then a message, and like it's like a form. It's like that contact me form.
Oh yeah.
That never works for me. Never. No matter who I try to contact with that form.
Oh, I don't think they read that.
They never
I think
respond.
that's on there just like to be polite. I don't think they read that.
Oh,
I think they use that to like for their email list or something.
Yeah, and you respond to those?
I respond to those all the time.
Yeah. For me,
well, that's just a good person. I don't think people as a whole like be messing with.
No, you know what? Because I get a lot of customer inquiries that point, so that's
right.
I respond to it now.
Yeah, but it's never worked for me. Facebook, Facebook is sort of, honest. If I can be honest, it depends on the age of the person I'm contacting. If they're 35 and older, they're gonna respond to Facebook.
Yes.
If they're younger,
if they're
younger, they're not still on Facebook.
Especially around that 40 range, they're not. No, they're responding to Facebook. Everyone else,
they 25, they not on there. They like, I don't use this.
Contacting somebody through Instagram. That's pretty much it.
Or Twitter.
That is the truth.
How you can hit them up.
Sometimes I
like
will,
you got their Snap.
Right.
Send it that way.
But the thing is, everybody doesn't respond to Twitter DMs. So sometimes it'll be a full conversation via Twitter, which is slightly uncomfortable for me, but whatever. If that's how I need to contact
Twitter DMs
somebody,
got weird for a while, so I had to leave that alone.
But
I think you get a lot of spam through Twitter too. That's why I don't Twitter DMs, because it's usually, thanks for following me.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yep. So my next question is, how do you like to be contacted?
I don't care. Like, if you want to hit me up.
You just said you don't respond to people when they send you a message through, if they don't have a connection, then you don't respond. So if someone who wants to talk to you or get to know you professionally and they don't have any mutual friends, how should they contact you?
So they can contact me anyway. My thing is, as far as me responding, is what they've said when they make contact. So I'm not just like, you know what, I am Girl Meets Glass and I'm not looking at any of these messages. No, I'm not like that. It's a matter of, what have you said?
Okay.
If you say something dumb, or you don't know what I do, or you don't really know what you want, or you have like a whole bunch of requests, then no, I'm act like I never saw it.
Okay.
But yeah, you can contact me through any method. I'm more concerned with what you're saying when you do contact me.
Okay, so before we move to Leslie, what do they need to say in order for you to respond?
I need them to say something that's like very clear. I need them to have a clear ask as far as what they want. I need them to have some background about what I do, how I can help them. And then also, like, it can't just be a full-on ask, like, okay, Tanisha, I want you to do this, this, and this, or I need this, this, and this from you, yet you can't provide anything.
Okay.
So I need them to be able to add value to me as well. So.
Okay.
That.
So, Leslie, what about you? How do you like to be approached?
I guess I would prefer email. Because then I can, like, in the middle of the day, I may not always have time to call you, but I can email you back, or I can tag it and go back to respond to it. Quite honestly, like, if I get a DM in Instagram, I may not realize it because I'm a little Instagram on the short
Go down in the DM, so.
So, but email always works, and I have those contact forms on my website, and people use those
Mm-hmm.
all the time. So I respond to those.
Okay. Got it. Are there any Oh, I guess I could say mine first.
Right. I'm like, do
I
people want
would
to
rather.
contact Sarita?
Let's see, my email address is everywhere. I would much rather an email, an explanation. I'm not, I can say this like several times, I am not a salesperson. So do not contact me if you're trying to get me to sell something for you
That
or
don't happen.
get me to buy something from you. Just not gonna do it. I'm not that girl. I'm not gonna buy something I haven't tasted before, especially off no email or DM or anything like that. I don't
Yeah.
like selling. I don't like salesmen. I'm not that girl. So those are big turnoffs for me. So even if you, no matter how you contact me, it is the content of your message. But if I feel like you're trying to get me to sell something for you or try to sell me something, I'm not responding. So I get a lot of emails from groups that are selling wine. I'm not gonna even put them out there like that, but selling wine or
I was
you
gonna
know,
say, oh,
yeah, yeah.
yay,
And
put him
then
out there. I was like, no, actually, maybe not. Don't do that.
I even get messages from I get messages from some winemakers that are trying to get me to help them with their social media, and it's just like, ooh, that comes with a price tag. Like I don't,
Right. That's,
that's a lot
let
of
me send
work.
you a. Let me respond
You're
to you with my rates.
right.
Is what I'm.
You were asking for a lot. Even though and it's hard because when you when you meet a young winemaker and you see that they're just trying so hard and they got so much potential and trying to do this and do that, and it's just like, oh, well, you're a wine blogger and you can help me. Let's back up.
Uh,
Let's back up a little. I don't know. I don't know. So it becomes very fishy because winemakers and other like wine professionals can come at you as a friend or sort of as a buddy and try to juice you for information, and you can get caught up in that, like, hold on, this
yep.
is an actual job that I can
Mhm.
get
Yep.
paid for.
Right.
And it didn't dawn on me until I was telling this story to somebody and they were like, oh, you should probably get paid for that. So I don't know, it gets a little fishy. So I need to perhaps iron out something that I can send people, like,
Mhm.
these are my rates and this is what I
Yeah.
can do for you.
That's a good thing to do.
So
Yep.
yeah, so I get a
And
lot of
also,
that.
along with that, like not even just your rates, but iron out what you're willing to do for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, whether it's a blog post, whether it's social media, whether it's,
Yeah. Yeah.
doing a wine review on here.
Yeah.
Like, just know within yourself what you actually want to do.
Yeah.
Because people will ask you literally anything.
Yeah.
So you gotta, and you can't just, and at first, you want to do everything because you're like, oh, okay, well, this is exposure. I want to get out there, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta really iron out exactly what it is that you're willing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what fits in with, your whole program and your
Right.
brand and that kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know when I contact people to be a guest on the show, I always try to point out what I know about them.
Hmm.
Whether it's what wine they like or where they like to go to drink, or, can you talk about your experience with this? Like, it's always something that I have I try to dive in people's history before they come on the
Yeah.
show. So
Right.
That's
it's
an
not
excellent
like,
thing to do. Yep.
yeah, and it's not like, oh, I just want you on the show because you got 1 million followers. Nah, it's
Right.
never
The
like
ask
that.
isn't all about
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
It's like,
mm-hmm,
oh, okay, well, you know what? I've
yeah,
been paying attention to you, so
yeah,
I know some
Hmm.
things. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So,
good job. Okay.
so I have another question for y'all. When you are, say, you go to a conference and you see somebody that you want to have a professional connection with, do you have like what is it called, like a 30-second elevator speech? Do you have that?
No, I probably run and hide because again, I said I was shy. I probably don't say anything because I'm
Stop
nervous.
it! Stop it!
So,
First of all, you're
but that's just me,
lying.
Leslie. I
You
don't
meet
know. What do you
no,
do?
no. First of all, you're lying because you meet so many people in person.
Exactly. And when you say I know from personal experience, when I say that I'm from Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
um, they're like, okay, but do you know Tanisha? Like, yeah, I
No,
know.
Are
nobody has
you
ever done that to you in
serious?
your life.
I'm serious.
You
I
shut
don't know.
No
up.
one has
You really
ever
say
in your
that?
I
life
am
done.
serious. Yes, I am serious. People are like, do you know Tanisha? I'm like, oh my.
You were talking to like my brother, so like that
No,
doesn't count.
swear. I swear it has happened. No BS. It has happened at least 5 times to me. I'm like,
Girl, bye.
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, it's happened to me 3 times. No lie.
Uh-huh.
No
I'm not
lie.
Exactly.
doing this with y'all. No,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Today is not the day.
No, for real.
Tonight is not the night. No,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's happened to me like
I
three
don't do
times.
it.
Yep.
It does. It has
Mm-hmm.
happened to me.
Mm-hmm. So,
No.
I don't have one, but I don't know. It takes me a lot longer to, because the last tasting I went to, not the South American one, but the Brazilian one that I went to a few weeks ago, it was crowded, and I knew it was people there that I need to meet. But I don't know. It's so hard. I can't just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, I'm Sarita. I'm a wine blogger," and I don't know. I think it's really corny,
Oh, yeah,
and
nope.
so I have to fill the room out. So a lot of times I will, I would do my tastings and take my notes and my pictures and videos first, and then I will sort of sit back and watch, and then see who I think is approachable. That's what I need to do, because I'm a quintessential introvert at heart. I need to see what's not going to make me feel bad and what's not going to embarrass me.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I'll go to somebody who looks friendly, and I'll try to start up a conversation that way. And then hopefully in that case at the Brazilian tasting, I met the one person who knew everybody in the room that I needed to meet. And that's exactly what happened, because it was toward the end of the tasting. I met her, and she introduced me to him, and then her, and then I was able to work the room that way. So I use people as a middleman,
A
and
referral. Yeah.
that's
great
what
though. Uh-huh.
I need to do. Everybody doesn't need to do that. Some people can just
Yeah.
walk in and just socialize. I'm not
No.
good, girl. It just takes me a lot longer to you know to network. So, but
But it depends on the person.
yeah, it
Like
does. It does.
it really depends on the person, and it depends on, I think, from my position, because I see these names like in Twitter and what have you,
Sure.
that you kind of build them up in your mind and what have you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then when you see the person, you're like, oh, that's so
Yeah.
and so.
Mhm.
But then I mean, for the most part, then you realize that they're really approachable and as
Right.
geeky as you are.
Uh huh.
Mhm.
So that is interesting too,
Yeah.
especially you've been following these people.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
the other thing is kind of interesting, if you've been following them and they follow you
Mhm.
also,
Right.
and you introduce yourself, they're like, oh,
Mhm.
that sounds vaguely
Right.
familiar.
Uh huh. But also, what the shocker is sometimes people that you follow on Instagram, Twitter, wherever, that aren't that nice in person and don't want to be bothered.
Ooh,
Oh, that
that is
has happened.
heartbreaking.
That is, but it
It is
happens especially
heartbreaking.
in this industry. Everybody ain't nice.
No,
Yeah.
no, oh
Not,
no,
not
sure.
at all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it's
They
like,
not.
so how do y'all handle that?
I might curse them out.
You lying? Why
I
you
am. I'm
lying?
totally lying. I'm totally lying.
Why?
Totally lying.
But
Um,
you know what? In my mind, and I know this is not the best thing, but I'm just like, it's racist, and I just walk away.
Oh my god.
Because it's only like 3 black people in the building, and you get that reaction, you just like, racist.
Oh my gosh. Really?
What's
Stop
funny
it.
is low key I be like that too. Like, you don't like black people. Like that is like, like I be having Kanye moments. Like,
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Mm, have I ever thought that? Yeah, probably. Well, no. When
Right?
I
Have you
mean
ever thought that, girl?
no,
About we talked
no.
about this yesterday.
Why you have to put me out there like that?
Oh,
I said we,
oh.
so I didn't say you. I said we, so I'm in it too.
No, no, it happens. It definitely happens. It definitely happens. But yeah, I don't know. So everybody, that's the thing about being a blogger and like social media and stuff. Everybody isn't always the same in person as they are online. So
This is true.
Yeah.
yeah,
This is
it's
very.
one thing that you have to deal with. So no matter how big the star, some people are
Mm-hmm.
just truly
Yeah.
assholes, and it is what it is. So
But and to continue on with that is you can't let that deter you from like
sure,
reaching out.
right,
Yes.
right,
Like,
Yes.
don't let that lone jerk be like, make
right.
you think, okay, I'm not gonna reach out to anybody else ever. Like, this is
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Right.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that might like hold you up from reaching out to somebody else like that night or
Yeah.
that day,
Yeah.
but don't let it.
Mhm.
Excuse me, don't let it turn you off forever.
Right.
Don't.
Right. Oh, most
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
So I have a story. So last weekend, me and Alan, we were in Virginia. So I don't know if y'all watched The Housewives of Potomac. So we plan to go to
Oh,
Oz. So Ashley, Housewives of Potomac, her and her husband own Oz, this restaurant in Clarendon. So we were gonna go just based on the last episode that they had, where they had this big fight and they changed the menu and she wanted to change it and he didn't. It was like all this drama. So we were like, oh, that's way too close for us not to go. So we're gonna go.
Mhm.
So so we show up. It's actually the holiday. It was Monday. It was Memorial Day. So we park and everything. We actually have our dog, and they have an outdoor space. And I called earlier to see if they allow dogs during the outdoor space or whatever.
Mhm.
So I called, and she was just like, "Sure, ma'am, come on." Anyway, so by the time we got there, their hours were different during the holiday, so they were
Oh.
actually closed. They were closing as we got there. So, and Ashley was outside. She was outside on the phone. So I was just like, well, I'm gonna go ask her, so maybe she can at least serve us a drink or something. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Good customer service. You don't know who I am. You don't know if I have a following or whatever. But
Right.
I'm gonna still go up to you and I'm gonna introduce myself and I'm gonna ask you. So anyway, she was on the phone, and so I walked up to her and she really looked like she didn't want to be bothered. But I was like, I don't give a fuck. So I walked up.
Sometimes it's like
So,
this. I don't give
so,
a.
so I was like, hey, I was like, hi, how are you? Are you guys closed? And she was like, yes, ma'am, we're closed. So I was like, oh, well, that wasn't a good. That wasn't
Right.
good. I
Like,
didn't get
ma'am,
a.
you're
I
trying to
didn't
run a business.
like. I
I'm
didn't
going
get
to
a
tweet
good
this out
feeling
to
from
all
that.
7
Right.
million of my followers.
I didn't get a good feeling from that. So I was just like, oh, okay, all right. So I turned around and we went to another spot. But moral of the story is I didn't have a good energy about it. Had she
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I've worked in service before. I worked at a winery before, and we've been closed. Like they closed at 4, and it was like 4:10. Had this been a winery that I worked at, they would have said, "Listen, hey, we're closed, but let me pour you something. Let me have you
Yes.
have a glass of something. I'm so sorry that you came all the way out here for this, da da da." She did none of that. So, but
And she was doing that French customer service. No, we
oh.
closed. We've been closed. But what French people do is when they close, they don't be lingering. Like
Right.
if they close at 4 o'clock, at
Yeah.
4:10,
Uh
they
huh.
already on the metro, swiping their
Right.
card, walking away.
Right.
Like this
And the
is
thing
it's
is,
done.
the front door.
It's nobody left to ask questions.
Yeah, the front door was closed. Like the front door was locked, but all the workers were like all the waitresses and waiters. They were still like cleaning up tables. That's how fresh it was. So they weren't
Oh.
closed. So it's just like
Mhm.
I still see people serving you. Like so you can't
Hey,
even
like
give
people in there,
like you
she
don't
has a
even
hamburger that
you
she's
don't
eating in
even
her hand.
know that I'm a wine blogger and all I wanted was a glass of wine or just to experience your restaurant that I've been watching for the past few months. But so I'm gonna let it go. But so I had to let that go.
That was
And-
racist.
Oh my god, Ashley is half black. Well, half.
Okay, fine. Clearly, I don't know these people. Still
But
sounds racist.
clearly,
Her other
enough.
half told you couldn't come in.
Well, clearly she made enough for that day, even though on TV her restaurant is failing. But I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Just saying. Just saying.
Good luck to her life.
Yeah. So that was my experience. But,
You are like 0 for 2 today on customer service.
girl. Let me tell you. So I have a list. I do have a list of tips that I found online for people that are trying to reach out to. I mean, this can go from wine or anybody in any industry that you're trying to contact. Okay. The first one is give before you ask.
Yes.
Think about what you can do for the person before you start pouring out requests.
Right. What can Brown do for you?
Okay. So number 2 is know what you want. Tanisha, you said that. Do what you wait. What does it say? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Know what you want. Yeah. Just know what you want before you start emailing somebody or contacting them. Don't be afraid to follow up without stalking too much. Now that's a thing. That's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a very fine line between following up and oh my God, now you're doing too much.
It is a fine line because I've definitely wanted guests on this show that I've had to email more than once. I mean, people are busy, especially in this industry. If they're known, they're busy. So sometimes
people with jobs are busy. So
sometimes you gotta follow up. But I wouldn't say do anything. I wouldn't say contact them every day. For me,
I would say once a week at the most, and that's even being a bit aggressive.
It is
depending on what you need. Like, are they a heart surgeon and somebody in your family needs that surgery? It's fine. But
oh my gosh,
if that's not the case,
So,
no, because for me, like, nothing turns me off more than somebody hitting me up too much.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If you hit me up too much and, like, you send me another email and I haven't gotten a chance, to respond to your first one or whatever, nothing turns me off more than you blowing me up. You send me a message every day. I tell you, like, oh, yeah, I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
Then you send me a message every day that week. No, that's not going to work out.
Yeah.
So, you know what I noticed? My company, we're doing this promotional thing where we're inviting bloggers come on the wine tours. And
I want to come. Sorry, this not the venue for that. See, you got to also come at the appropriate time.
But I noticed that some people have on their pages, they'll say how to work with us. Or how to work with me.
Okay.
And so they will have a page on their website that explains, okay, this is how you contact me. This is what I will not do. Like Sarita would say, if you are in sales, please do not bother.
Right.
Thing, which I think is helpful.
Yeah.
Because then you know how to approach them.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'll definitely add that to mine. Sales, don't bother.
Don't bother.
Okay, number 4. This was mine. Be prepared to take L's. Don't take it personal. People are busy. Sometimes you're not going to get a call back. You're not going to get a response. It happens. Just move on to. You have to move on.
Try the bathroom. Put yourself together. Come on out.
Yeah. Just
try
be
it again.
prepared. Just be prepared to take the L's.
And I mean, I'm not equating this contact or what have you to sales, but they say most people don't buy until the 10th time. So usually you think like the first and second time. No, most people don't. Most successful salespeople continue to reach out to you at least 10 times, and that's when people finally like, oh, okay, fine, just tell me, or they give a hard no.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's why you don't make the sale, because you haven't reached out enough, which goes back to what we said before about the fine line between following up and stalking or
Right,
being
right.
annoying.
Right.
Mhm.
And it definitely is a fine line because there are some people I'm like, oh, well, maybe I should have reached out again. But then I'm like, you know what? I have hit you up multiple times.
Right.
And you know what? It sounds like a no.
Right.
So
And
just go with that.
there are levels to the losses you can take, because I've definitely booked people for the Swirl Suite and they not show up. They've gone so
Yeah.
far as to agree and accept my request and do all
Mhm.
of this and then not show up. So it happens. So it definitely levels to your losses that you can take.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you know.
I agree.
So the next one is put down the phone, computer, and network in person. Yeah. Sometimes people need to see your face.
Yeah.
It's
I hate
the
that
truth.
though.
It's the truth.
That is very
It is.
true.
Yeah. Sometimes people need to see your face. So, number 6, be patient. Some connections occur immediately, and some take time. Take time. Yeah, that's true. This is true. Just
Yeah.
like how we got our next few guests in July, I didn't expect that shit to work.
Yeah, because you're killing the game in July. Y'all are in for a treat.
Get ready for July, because I didn't expect. Like, I thought I'd throw some curveballs. Like, this might work. I'm gonna just throw it out there, and so it did.
You on the roll,
it
girl.
Did. It did.
Here's to you.
It did.
That's my thumb. And
Shout out
it's
to
up.
Instagram. Shout out to Instagram. It worked. It works. Okay. So number 7 is don't keep your visions in a tunnel. Be open to random connections. That's a good one. Sometimes you're not at a networking event and you're not in a certain place that you think you're going to meet somebody, but it happens.
Yeah, networking or industry event. You could be
Sure.
like in line at the Five Guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like just
Yep.
be open.
Glennis
Mhm.
tells the story where she was at some restaurant or something, and the woman sitting next to her, they were talking about the wine
Mhm.
that,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, the woman had reached out to her later to
Yeah.
do something for her.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's true.
Glennis is very outgoing though, so I
She
can see how that would
is.
happen.
She
I can
is.
see Glennis
She
has been like, so
totally
listen,
is.
let me tell you about what you
Right,
got on your
right.
table and what's happening over there.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'd be like, on my phone. Like,
I don't know why you keep saying that. You seem very outgoing when you're with people.
when I'm with people. So I'm going to the people I'm with, not like random strangers. Girl, no.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. That's so funny.
Just wait till you see me at the wine bog time. You're like, oh my God, Tanisha is so serious. She talks to nobody. The 5 people she knows already.
No,
Please.
no, I've
These
seen
people
you.
would be like,
I've seen you at a
Do
wine
you
bloggers
know her?
conference.
Can you introduce me
I'm
to
done.
her?
No, Leslie, goodbye. I'm logging off. Thanks, everybody. This was fun. Control, delete. This was fun.
Oh
Thanks for
my
listening and
gosh.
watching, everyone.
Um,
Tanisha.
Stupid. No. I first of all, I've seen you at the wine bloggers conference, and you're like a social butterfly. So.
Because it's family. Because she knows those people.
Mhm.
Oh, jeez.
Mhm. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Number
Uh-huh.
8. Number 8. This is probably one of my favorites. Always have a plan B. Yes.
And that plan B could just be retreat.
I'm
Like,
so-
just drop it and run.
No.
That could be my plan B. Like, oh, bail.
Oh,
Retreat.
Oh my goodness. No, I think what that means, like, say you're going to a conference or something. Y'all are stupid. Say you're going to a conference and your whole goal is to meet Tanisha, but Tanisha is being Tanisha and not want to talk to you. If you meet Leslie is totally going to talk you up.
this
And
is Tanisha.
And Leslie might introduce you to
she put her
Tanisha.
shades on.
This is Tanisha.
Oh my God, this show has taken such a turn. What is happening? I can't even come back on the screen.
Listeners,
I'ma
Leslie
just
put
stay
her
here.
shades on and just did a Miss America wave. Like, thank you, people. I can't.
And Leslie
I
went,
can't.
Leslie went full on celebrity. She's like, you know what you're not going to? Talk to me directly. Like, I have a
But-
person. Can you contact them? Is somebody just standing next to Leslie? Like, yes, I'm taking all conversations, calls. Thank you.
talking in the third person.
Right.
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 Leslie does not
Like,
get out of bed for less than 10
Tanisha would
dollars.
pull a Steve Harvey, like, don't talk to me in my dressing room. Don't approach me.
Please send all.
When I
the
come into my dressing room,
questions
don't talk to me. Don't be standing out there waiting on me. Don't.
Oh gosh.
Tanisha does not appreciate
Oh, my
being
gosh.
bombarded with people and ambushed.
Oh, my
Thank
God.
you.
That's so funny.
Oh,
It's so funny.
Now, the way to approach Tanisha, if you see her sitting at a restaurant or a bar and you're like, oh my gosh, is that Tanisha? I want to talk to her. Send over a glass of wine. I'll probably chat you up. Say thanks.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's a good way. That's not a bad.
that is, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I have sent.
mean,
I have
you know,
sent
it might
Nicole-
not be might not send you a glass. I send you a taste of something. Like,
Send me a glass. I ain't saying a bottle.
I'm
Send a
saying,
glass.
you know, I send you a taste. Anyway.
And also send something good. Don't send like house wine. Be like, here's a house wine. Send that over. No, don't. If you're doing it, like, do it right. You know, do
Right,
it right.
like you just
Yeah.
don't go out there.
Right.
Yeah.
And know which, like, it would be wise to know what she likes. Do not send her a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. Just don't do
See,
it.
she knows.
Don't do it.
She
Because
knows, man.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
If you do, you have guaranteed. I'm not gonna talk to you. You have guaranteed, and you have sealed your fate. Whatever you need me to do, I absolutely will not do it. It could be the most amazing, groundbreaking thing for our careers. Give me Sauvignon Blanc. You don't really know me. You don't want to be a part of my life.
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. Number 9 is a really good one. Set. Okay. So it says, do not go straight to the horse all the time, the owner or the brand.
Yeah.
Go to the winery, manager, brand ambassador, publicist, or marketing director of that person
That's
that you're
good.
trying to contact. So a lot of times that's how you have to contact them anyway. Those are
Yeah.
their, you know,
Mhm.
those are their talking persons. So a lot of times you have to go through them anyway. But a lot of times just talk to somebody they may know, you know, may be familiar with. And well, and actually that's how I met Tanisha. I met Leslie when I was working at a winery when she was doing
Yeah.
research for her company Vino 301. And so she automatically said, it's somebody you probably need to meet. Her name's Tanisha. So I was like, oh, okay. So she gave me
And
her
then you
information.
slid in my DMs.
Well, that didn't work for me. I slide in your DMs didn't do shit for me. So
It
I had
didn't
to-
because I saw that like 5 weeks later. I was like, oh wait, this is that girl that I met.
Yeah. So
A while
I
back.
met her.
She sent
I
me
met
something.
her at
Thank you.
we were at a wine bar at a tasting event. And of course, I'm the only other black girl there. So she sat next to me. I don't know why she sat next to me, but Christina was another blogger. She knew me. She was like, "Hey, Sarita, Tanisha knew Sarita," and she was just like, "Hi." I think
He's
I
like,
met
y'all
you."
black. Y'all should know each
Right?
other.
Exactly. So and
Like, no
actually-
shade. I know this
like,
is exactly what happened.
and
Like, oh,
no,
Y'all should
she
know
was
each other.
not super friendly at first, but you know,
See, told you.
she was
I
not.
don't know
No, not at all. Not at all. But in conversation with the
No new
group,
friends.
she started to feel some
Hashtag.
stuff that I was. She started to feel some stuff that I said, and I think we sort of went on from there. And then I started telling her stuff about her blog, like, "Hey, I saw that you're like doing all these like bucket list items." That was the time you were like doing all like.
Oh, I was
your-
like, I'm out.
yeah. Well, you were doing all your bucket list stuff before you left. So you went all the
Mhm.
different places. So I was just like, hey, I can meet you at one of your spots if you want. And that's sort of how that started. But, yeah. Then I was in there like swimwear. So that's how that happened.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, you made it through the cracks. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, that's a good thing. Like, everybody don't make it.
God, she's so bougie. She doesn't even know it. Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody
Yeah.
don't make it.
Ugh. And the last one is do what works for you. You know, follow your engagement, follow your stats, follow what's comfortable for you. Like I told you the story of how I work in a conference or at a networking event. You know, you have to do what's comfortable for you.
Okay.
That was a very good list, Sarita.
It was.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yep.
I try to give the people
Okay.
a little something. But, so what are y'all up to this week? Anything exciting going on?
No, well, you know, it's always a holiday here, so I have a day off tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's nice.
That's real nice.
So I'm going to a cocktail conference. And they actually have a couple of seminars on women in the industry. One of them is
wow.
women in the wine industry,
Mm-hmm.
and another one is women in something. I don't remember the whole title of it. It said women. So I was like, oh, I'm going. I clearly need to go to this
Yeah.
and be a
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
And I actually went to this conference last year, and they had headsets for translation. So I'm very excited.
Nice.
I will actually be able to understand everything that's happening. So, because they also have some speakers that are American and then some American
Oh,
brands.
okay.
So this
Oh,
one is, yeah, they have American speakers and then also speakers from like other countries. And so, like, whenever they have other countries as something, the main language they speak is English.
Mhm.
So,
Nice.
yeah, I'll be able to get it. So I'm
Very
excited.
nice. Leslie, you have any special tours going on?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, the short answer is no,
Mhm.
but we are promoting our weekday tours because
Oh, okay.
start the weekend early, and
Nice.
we're offering discounts on those. So, hey, call in sick on Friday.
Yeah, do it.
Or
Take
Tuesday,
us to work.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful.
I like it.
Thank you, ladies, for joining.
Oh, wait, what you got going on, man?
Yeah.
Me, girl,
Nah.
I got it going on.
Girl, stop playing.
Really, I have nothing.
You live a full life.
No, I
Exactly.
Your
don't.
IG story
No,
stay
I
lit.
don't.
Stop playing.
No, I do know a mixologist that's I think his name is Black Pirate. He's promoting an event on Wednesday at Lounger 3. That's my husband's spot. It's a big hole in the wall. If you like good black music and cheap drinks,
Yeah, they do play
that's
good
the
music.
spot.
I've been there before.
The DJs are really good, and
Yeah.
you know, if you like good wings fried hard and strong drinks, it's your spot. Lounger 3, it's on U Street. He's promoting an event on Wednesday that we're probably gonna go to, but other than that, nothing else.
Have you been to the I keep on saying I want to go, but something always happens on Wednesdays. Have you been to the Wednesday wine networking right across from the Woodmore Shopping Center?
Oh my God, that's on my to-do list. I have not gone yet.
Okay, so we have to make it a date.
Yes.
'Cause
When you go, just
what's
let
her
me
name?
know. Just let me
Yeah,
know.
let's
in
make it a
advance.
date. I want to go.
What's her name? Who organizes it?
Girl, I
Because
forgot her
she
name, too.
she says it's the wines are from black winemakers.
Yes, they
so
are. They are. And it's literally on my Facebook calendar, like little reminder.
Oh,
every
is that
week.
the thing? Okay, I know what y'all
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
what's her name, Tanisha? Do you remember?
Marcy?
Yes, that's who it is.
Yeah.
So we have to make it a date to go and support her.
Yeah. Yes. Please let me know when you go, and I'll go.
Okay.
It's not far.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Cool.
So, yes, again, please follow the Swirl Suite on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Follow all of us on our social media. And that is about it. You know, oh, please respond and give us some engagement. Rate us on iTunes. Rate us on SoundCloud.
Pretty please. Reach out. Reach out.
You can send us emails at swirlsuite@gmail.com.
I think my hands look really big.
Keep on going. Keep on going, Sarita.
Sorry.
That was it. Nice, short, and sweet show today. It'll be posted tomorrow. So tomorrow is the 5th. So June 5th. Yeah. And that's it. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.